Formed in 1991 with like-minded individuals from the New Orleans metal scene, Down combined the riffs of Pepper Keenan and Kirk Winstein with the groove of Jimmy Bower on drums and Phil Anselmo on vocals. CROWBAR bassist Todd Strange completed the early lineup, which would later feature PANTERA's Rex Brown on bass. The band, made up of some of the most important names in the New Orleans scene, was clearly a supergroup.
You know, the whole thing was Phil's idea. He had the name and everything. The first time we jammed, I took a bed sheet and spray painted down on it. We taped it up on the wall and started fucking writing, you know. It was just something that, it made a lot of sense to all of us. And we just did it whenever everybody would come home for Christmas from touring and shit. Everybody ended up in New Orleans. Goes, dude, we got jam. There you go. That's simple.
Everybody involved in Down has had parts in the New Orleans scene before this. How does that all come together for you guys?
I'm glad we kind of did our thing like this and weren't influenced by a lot of outside bands. And I guess what's so weird about the New Orleans thing is we weren't trying to be somebody else. Nobody really gave a shit. We were just kind of on our own.
Do you think that's one of the things that has contributed to the longevity of the scene?
When you got new bands starting in New Orleans and they're going after that New Orleans thing,
sure,
trying to sound like some band from Chalmette or something, or the new Chalmette band that pops up is just as greasy and as fucked up as it fucking was 10 years ago,
yeah,
not sounding like something else. You know, I think you got something that's legitimate, you know, and longevity is gonna follow that every time.
Don't even light this fucking place up. This is Dayton, Ohio.
PANTERA was dangerous, man. And I knew that was gonna happen. And when I first heard Cowboys from Hell, the production on it and shit, you know, that was the first time any of us had heard any of ourselves that good.
Sure.
You know, like, this is fucking serious, man. You know, we were getting ready to go do the COC record at the same time, and it definitely upped the dose. When I first joined COC, me and Phil were talking all the time. When Phil first shaved his head, he fucking sent me a St. Vitus cassette and some of his hair in a fucking envelope. And then next thing I know, Phil's a fucking skinhead. When I moved back here, Down wasn't even on the radar, you know? I was done in North Carolina. I had a house here. I had a farm in North Carolina. I sold the farm, made a bunch of cake, took the money and bought a bar.
So were you here for Katrina?
So yeah, we were here. It was a fucking mess. They broke in here, stole all the booze. I mean, this place got smoked, man. I mean, New Orleans was smoked. People lost everything. People had to start from scratch. This bar was one of the first places to open We came back and got our power hooked up. We ran the damn main power lines ourselves, got it running in here, and we started having bands in here, and people were just coming back to New Orleans, and musicians didn't have shit, man. I had a couple of guitars laying around, somebody borrowed a drum kit, and they just started. First time live music was played here, people were crying their fucking eyes out, man, because they didn't think it was gonna happen. The whole city was wiped out, you know. For the metal scene or New Orleans scene, it just took time, you know, I guess more than anything. But it was a thing that got down going again.
Was that in a sense that you just felt like just revitalized?
We had been through so much, we were just smoked, man. It was like, dude, what the fuck? And Daryl had just died at the same time. And Phil was getting his shit back together, and we started talking, and the first thing we did is said, let's go to Europe, you know? Let's just get out of here for a while. So we booked a tour in Europe.
Raise that shit up, man.
Down had never been to Europe before, and every show was sold the fuck out. We didn't have a booking agent, we didn't have anything. We just booked it ourselves, fucking great. And that got us going, big time. We realized there was something for it, and we were all in good headspace, and it just took off from there. By the time I came back here, I had done 4 records with COC, and Phil had done, I don't know how many with PANTERA. Now, I didn't talk to Phil for like 3 or 4 years. And when he was all fucked up on junk and all that shit, I gave up on the dude, you know, which I had to, because he wasn't gonna listen to anybody. But one day he came knocking on my fucking door, and, you know, we put the pieces back together, and that was right after Katrina. We started jamming again.
With a new sense of purpose in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, Down reformed again in 2006 to record Down 3 Over the Under, a somewhat cathartic record that touched on the end of PANTERA, the passing of Dimebag, Anselmo's addiction to painkillers following back surgery, and Hurricane Katrina. The supergroup was back on top.
You want to get revived, go jam with somebody else and do some different shit, and kind of, you know, you realize what Down is or whatever, you know, but it's always been that way because it keeps things interesting and it keeps your mind open. And number one, you know, Phil will tell you this too, we're just fans of music, period. You know, I don't give a fuck what it is. We enjoy playing music. And we've all known each other for so fucking long that we can call each other's bullshit, you know? Sure. It ain't like we met each other in the fucking classified ads, you know? You can't punch a hole in any of our stories because we know each other so fucking well. And that's a big part of it, too, you know? And the fact that we made it this far, none of us were privileged. We were all fucking destined to fucking fail, you know? Every one of us.
Fucking right.